Welcome to the Cowboy Football Roundup. Oklahoma State now ranked in the top 20, and a crazy win for Oklahoma State. A last-second field goal by Ben Grogan gives the Cowboys a 30-27 victory over Texas. And first things first, do you remember being a part of a game quite like that, especially at the end?
That was an unusual game in that there were so many highs and lows, really on both teams. And I enjoyed the football game. I really did. I know people say, I bet you're ready to take a deep breath, but we made some mistakes, they made some mistakes, but we also made some plays, and they made a few plays. Theirs happened to be on the defensive side with big scores. Ours happened to be at times in the throwing game, and then our defense obviously with big stops, and then Ben Grogan's kicking. So it was a very unusual game, but in the end, we were able to make a play and get Ben lined up and him to kick that field goal.
Let's go ahead and look at the first half highlights of the Cowboys' victory in Austin, Texas. Beautiful day, but hot.
It was really hot, yeah. They said 150 degrees on the turf. You could feel it, the heat bouncing off that rubber in the turf. So 3rd and 5 here, and we got a nice play and get a sack. We had several of them in the game, and big Vincent Taylor coming through there. I thought our defensive coaches had a really good plan and were able to get pressure on the young quarterback, and even more important than that, we were able to corral him for the most part and get him down in space, which is not easy.
7 sacks, as a matter of fact, for Oklahoma State in the game, and then you take over on offense and march down the field, and a lot over the middle going on.
Yeah, play pass, a lot of play pass going on there to Glidden and then back to Seals. Washington caught a few of them coming over the middle there. Mason did a good job, particularly in the first half with his play pass and getting the ball thrown and where they vacated it. Here he makes a fantastic play in that he's able to avoid pressure and find Shepard and go ahead and put the ball up high and let him go up and get it. And sometimes that happens, with a young guy like Mason. He's stronger than what people think, and he shakes off some tackles and gets it to touchdown there. Come back to the play action again. I think this was Washington here.
Yes.
They were playing a lot of middle open and vacating the middle of the field. There's a play action off the bubble play. Jarwin really went up and got the ball, did a nice job. Again, Seals, and this is what we need him to do the rest of the year, not only catch the ball, but bounce off the defenders and go score. We thought he played really fast in this game, not only catching the ball and running, but also and that one time we threw an interception, he ran that guy down, really made some good plays. Here's JW in our Wildcat offense and running a power play and blocked very well. You can see inside, watch him get his head inside 57. Veach, 86, is driving their guy all the way in the end zone right there. And JW does a good job ball security and getting in the end zone. They're running a little speed option in the boundary here. Jimmy Bean did a good job on the quarterback, and then obviously I think that's Averett making the play on the pitch, stringing it out into the boundary. Getting him in a long yardage situation here. A good break by Stearns. Did a good job getting that left hand in and knocking the ball down before contact right there, and that avoids the pass interference call by getting that hand in there. A little double reverse to Washington. Good block out there by Seaton, picked up about 12 yards. And we head in at halftime behind in the game because we give up an easy touchdown on the fumble return.
Stay with us. We look at the second half highlights after these messages. Welcome back to the Cowboy Football Roundup. Time now to take a look at the second half highlights. OSU down by 3, entering the second half and the start of a great drive here, Coach.
Yeah, we're on a 3rd and long there, and got pressure. Nice pickup by the tailback. Good protection. Quarterback set in the pocket. Made a nice throw to Shepard here on the in route. Good job of catching the ball and getting up the field. Big play there, getting out of our own end zone. And come right back to it and had a hurry play, get the ball out there, a curl route to Aitman. And then we get a pump fake, and Aitman down the sidelines. Really nice throw, dropped it over the outside shoulder. Aitman did a good job making that catch and dragging his foot in. And we get down to the goal line, and JW comes with the play action pass. Opportunity to run it in or throw it in either way, and Seaton made a nice play there.
Truly the example of one play setting up another, what you got here.
Sure, yeah, we've run it in a few times, and then you had that run pass option right there, and it's a good pass. Good job by Seaton. Defense back out there, quarterback on the keeper. Good job inside, defeating the blockers and making the play on the quarterback. Getting pressure in there, quarterback puts it on the money. Wideout just tipped the ball, and Seth made the interception. Nice job with one hand.
Yeah, you'll notice the right hand has a bandage or sort of a padding on it.
Yeah, he's got really a cast kind of club on that hand, and he did a good job of grabbing it and pulling it into his chest and getting that interception. 3rd and long here, and we got Ryan and Mike Tavius is getting some sacks. I think that's his 2nd one this year.
That's right.
And we got a lot of speed coming at him. Really good job by Mike Tavius and not letting him get outside.
Knocked him out of field goal range. That's big.
Sure did, yeah. At that time, it was really big. Defense is back out there again, a play-action pass, and here comes the big guy getting a sack from the outside, running right past that right tackle and wrapping him up. They went to the play pass again, same play.
Same play, yeah, you just got around his guy. Now this is a big play, 4th and 10 here.
Yes, and watch 93 run flat and then 52 corralling. That's the freshman there, Jarrell Owens.
Yes.
Turned and ran sideways and ran flat. And he's just a young guy growing up. And if you watch him here, when he starts to take off, watch him flatten out and run sideways instead of running up the field and then lay out and grab his ankles.
How big was that play? Because it changed the field position for the rest of the game.
It really did. That was a nice play. I think it was 4th and 12.
4th and 10, as a matter of fact.
And gave us a chance to get the ball back on the 50-yard line, give or take a few yards. The field goal to tie it. Nice kick there. Good snap, good hold, good protection. Tied it up.
Likes to hit a little draw, doesn't he?
He
Working
does,
from right to left.
Yeah, he sure does.
Of course, penalties aided in that drive, and then your defense is right back out there. And boy, 3 and out for Texas, setting the stage for the ending.
Well, yeah, and then we had the 2nd and 6, and he's scrambling around. Our guys corralled him up. He still made a couple guys miss. He's pretty active in space. But we're getting pressure. He can't set his feet. Here comes the big guy there, and then watch him shake Bean. And Bean comes back to get him. Jimmy's playing with great effort for us. 3rd and 10 here at the end of the game. Nice call by Coach Spencer, bringing pressure again from the outside. And here comes Mike Tavius. And would have got another sack, but he forced him in there with the big guys. We were able to use our timeout and get in a block mode here. And then the punter dropped the ball and ended up punting for -6 yards and set us up to be able just to run the ball and send Grogan out there to kick the field goal and win the game.
And here you see the game-winning kick, but I have to ask you, what was running through your mind when you saw that punt snap get away from that punter? Because it's just so unexpected, at least it was for us.
Well, we had a block call on, and so I was actually watching to see the block point to see if we could get in there and maybe tip the ball and give us a little bit of field position. And then out of the corner of my eye, I saw the ball bounce off his hands, and Ben there's 2 great big kicks, and you don't get any excitement at all out of him. So it was really good win for our team. And then it's a nice job here on the squib kick. We knew that they were going to lateral it back. We were trying to keep the ball from going that far, but if you watch our players here, Jarrell and those guys, they squared the runner up and they moved sideways and didn't run past the level of the ball, didn't create any seams. As we said earlier, there were a lot of highs and lows, but our team kept playing. And we supported each other. I thought our coaches made good adjustments on the sideline. And if that happens, then you always have a chance. But you got to take wins where you get them, because you're dealing with 18, 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old young people. And they're going to make some mistakes, and they're not going to play as good as you'd want them to some weekends. And if anybody has the answer or the formula of why that happens, they could coach for a long, long time. But we're not sure why that happens. So you try to find a way at the end to win games.
Coming up, 2 of the stars of Saturday's game are with Allison Gappa, and those conversations are coming up. Welcome back to the Cowboy Football Roundup with head coach Mike Gundy. Emmanuel Ogbah is one of the nation's leaders in sacks, and he's now with Allison Gappa.
Thanks, Dave. Here with Big 12 Player of the Week, Emmanuel Ogbah, and we are breaking down the highlights from a big win in Austin, Texas. Starting in the 4th, you had 2 big sacks in Texas's final drive that caused them to force a punt, ultimately lead to your guys' win. How bad did you guys want to get the ball back for the offense?
I mean, our offense was struggling, so as a defense, we had to step up and make a couple of plays. I mean, a bunch of guys actually helped contribute to the sacks I actually had in the game. So like KP on the coverage, or Ashton Lampkin too, and plus my other partner, Jimmy Bean, rushing the quarterback from the other edge.
And you guys held Texas's offense scoreless into only 2 first downs in the second half. How are you able to contain Hurd?
Just sometimes, as you can see on film, like I read out of rushing the pass and just started sparring him. And so that helped me actually kind of help us contain him a little bit. So, I mean, Hurd's a great player, so we just had to keep him under control.
And 6 tackles, 2 sacks, Big 12 Player of the Week, your guys' 4th consecutive win in Austin over Texas. How big of a win was this for you individually and for the team?
Well, it's a great win for us because to start Big 12 play, we had to come out there and beat Texas, a great opponent. We just had to like step out there and do what we can to win. So.
All right, thanks so much, Emmanuel.
Thank you.
Now joined by Ben Grogan, who was absolutely clutch in the win over Texas. Let's jump into the highlights. We're in the final minutes of the game, and you kick the field goal to tie it. You make the field goal, then a delay of game is called. You're moved back 5 yards. You have to kick it again. How do you refocus after that?
You know, for me, it really wasn't too big a deal, you know, and it was kind of like a warm-up kick at that point, and I was kind of excited I made the first one, so I was obviously still confident in myself, and, you know, in that range of 5 yards wasn't a huge deal. And so I think, honestly, if anything, it may have helped. It wasn't a big deal for me to have to re-kick it. Kind of get one under my belt was probably a good thing.
Well, and now you're on the sidelines and you see the punter drop the ball. You realize that you're going to have to kick the game winner. What are you thinking now?
You know, I kind of went over it in my head. I'd probably have to kick a field goal to either tie it or win it, whatever, just because we were down by 3 for so long. So mentally I was prepared just in case I needed to be the one to make a play in that moment. And, you know, I think being prepared for that long and knowing, you know, this is probably going to happen helped me when I finally got out there to be more confident and be more prepared for it.
And you get out there, you kick the game winner, make it. What is that like for you and for your team?
It's a great moment for the team, you know, being able to celebrate on the road with my teammates and kind of silence the crowd and just enjoy it with the whole team. And, you know, credit to my snapper and holder. They did a great job all game, and I couldn't do without them or the protection.
All right, thanks so much for talking to us, Ben. We'll send it back to you in the studio, Dave.
When we come back, a unique look at the Cowboys' victory over Texas on the Cowboy Football Roundup.
I am firmly convinced that for the big chunk of players on this team, on this roster, from the state of Texas, this is their bedlam. The good thing about this team and this family is those Oklahoma kids are going to play terribly hard today to support their Texas brothers and make sure they get to leave here celebrating a win on their native soil. It won't be called bedlam, but if you want to know whether this is a huge rivalry for the Oklahoma State Cowboys, for those Texans on this roster, it absolutely is.
It's the Big 12 Conference opener this afternoon. Number 22 Oklahoma State at 3-0, facing the 1-2 Texas Longhorns.
Play every play like it's your last play, okay? You guys ready to do this? Let's go. Let's go.
The Cowboys have won 3 straight here in Austin, going for a 4th consecutive win over Texas here at Darrell Royal Stadium today.
Hurd flushed, and down he goes. 3rd and 7 it is, the 3-man rush. And Rudolph gets away, still on his feet. For the end zone, touchdown to Shepard. What a job by Mason Rudolph.
And Walls takes a shotgun snap. He'll run it straight ahead. JW leaps over the pile and races into the end zone. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. J.W. Walsh.
Hits the big one down to the 15-yard line to Aikman. What a throw.
Walsh takes a snap. Floats it out toward the right flat. It's caught by Jeremy Seaton, and he takes it into the end zone.
And it's coming, throws underneath, incomplete, and then intercepted.
Cowboys come with a blitz. He's flushed. He's scrambling. He is hit. He is sacked back at midfield. He drops the ball. Now he's running with it, and he kicks it out of bounds. Tied at 27, 10 seconds left in the 4th.
And for the 4th consecutive time, Oklahoma State comes to Darrell Royal Texas Memorial Stadium and beats the Longhorns.
We need some time to figure out what just happened. We're back on the Cowboy Football Roundup with Oklahoma State head coach Mike Gundy. Kansas State, what's unique about them? What makes them so hard to play and so consistently successful?
Well, obviously they've done a good job for a long time with Coach Snyder. I know he had a few years off, but they look very similar to the way they were when I played against them in 1989. Defensively, they keep everything in front of you, and they want you to make mistakes. They don't feel like that in a 8 or 10 play drive that you can consistently stay on the chains, in our opinion. A lot of similarities to what we've seen over the last few years. They know a lot about our team. We know a lot about their team. So you've got to be able to establish some running game, take care of the football, and be sound in special teams. So it'll be a fun game. We're going to have great weather and a great crowd.
So a huge stretch for Oklahoma State continues as Kansas State comes to Stillwater on Saturday. For head coach Mike Gundy and Allison Gappa, I'm Dave Hunziker. Thanks for watching. See you next week.